Okay, let's test sound. Let's go. Okay, sound is working, everything is working. Cool. So we can start. So for those that do not know, my name is Hightech, and on these live streams I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market. What do I think about regarding 11 years of my experience? In between the lines, I'm explaining what Hightech meme coin is. Here in the bottom section of the screen, you will see the mint address of it on Solana network. And yeah, Jesus is king, and let's go. Let's start. Okay, so there's one thing I would like to discuss with you guys. Oh, this chat is now open to everyone. Okay, yeah, it's supposed to be like that. So yeah, guys, subscribe to the channel if this is the first time you see it. Don't disappoint me. Hopefully, nothing bad gonna happen with the connection. We will not get any sort of disconnections. If there is any, then stay still. I will come back on air because those the settings are prepared away. If I get disconnection, I will get reconnected as soon as connection stabilizes. So sometimes at this time, yeah, it happens. It used to happen in the past. I mean, it happened on a couple of occasions in the past. So yeah, just before I started this live stream, I opened my X and I saw this. Alejandro BTC. You think it's too late to sell, so you hold. It drops a bit more, you tell yourself it's not the right time to sell. You hold longer, it keeps falling, and you end up holding through the entire bear market. Don't fall for the too late to sell trap. If you're holding altcoins, react or watch your money disappear. Okay, so this guy, even though he has BTC in his nickname, in his username, he is bearish. He's definitely bearish. And yeah, you can find quite a lot of opinions that we are about to enter, a bear market, and it's not going to be nice. The sentiment is, I mean, it grows stronger on the bearish end, on the bearish side. It's just the bears seem to, I don't know, feel stronger when you read X. CryptoKid, this ETH chart gives me nightmares. So you see, CryptoKid, he's also speculating that Ethereum could fall much lower. It could actually revisit its April price levels. So yeah, it's very easy to stumble upon some post, some doom posting, right, or doom commenting. Shiba, I keep telling you, the biggest parabolic movement is going to start any day now. This is your final warning. Trust me on this. This guy, by the way, he was bearish just literally like yesterday, and now out of a sudden he's bullish again. There is quite a lot of, let's say, profiles on X that they just engagement farm, nothing else. They just want you to, I don't know, give them a like or give them a follow, and they will say whatever to collect people from both sides of the spectrum, right? From the left and from the right, from the bear side, from the bull side. Well, once they will be posting this, another 15 minutes they will be posting that. So yeah, there is a lot of techniques that collect you quite large following fairly quickly. But yeah, I wanted to point out one thing that will give you quite a lot of clarity where we at and what is to expect, right? What should you expect right now? The title of this live stream is "Crypto is a Scam." It's a rhetorical question, of course. Of course, it's not a scam, but let's say even this space, the solid part of it, already called it that way, right? A lot of people just that have been in this space for quite a long time, they have labeled it a scam. So that's why I gave it such title. And it's quite funny because they know very well crypto is not a scam. But yeah, people got really, really angry at what has been going on, and that's absolutely perfect. That's a setup I've been waiting for. People were refusing to give up. Fortunately, they slowly do give up because bull market cannot start with crowds on board. It never happens like that. And quite clear is a quite clear, let's say, sign that we are not about to start a bear market is that we are literally minus 20% from the all-time high, around minus 20%. And it has never happened in Bitcoin history that a bear market was called at minus 20% from the top. Not even once. And let me prove it to you. Like, for example, here, that would mean, okay, minus 20%. Yeah, okay, so it's until here. So that would mean here, everyone would know, just like now, everyone is pretending they know we are about to start a bear market, right? So, by the way, yeah, okay. Because on one live stream I did not switch the screens. So now I just got a little bit paranoid. I was talking to you guys like this, but unfortunately not. But anyway, guys, by the way, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget about that part. Super important. I live stream every day, mostly twice a day, and sometimes even thrice a day, 3 times a day. So I think it is worth. So yeah, it looks like, every single time, if bear market was called like this, everyone will be making money, right? Because in order, so the analogic section, let's say zone, in the real top of 2021, it would involve this this move here, right? So as you see, very, very early on. Meanwhile, if you were in the market back then, you knew that until here, everyone was believing we are still in the bull market, and we are, sometime soon we are back to the highs, back to the new highs, and the top is still far, far away. Just after this drop, when we already were at the bottom, everyone agreed, okay, this is a bear market. Okay, we are in a bear market, and now we'll have to wait like 1 year or maybe even longer before this things recovers, because here there was a Terra Luna collapse, and here later there was FTX collapse, right? So people were speculating this space took so much damage it will not be able to recover from it for long years, right? Meanwhile, from Terra Luna collapse until we started trailing, it took a little bit, yeah, a little bit over 6 months, slightly over 6 months. So look how wrong this space can be from time to time, and it makes zero sense to call a bear market at minus 20, because here we actually had minus 55, minus 55, and I mean this one here, it melted faces, like literally it melted faces. People, all of the, most, let's say, respected influencers, the biggest ones, they didn't know what to say. They did not know what to say, and again, they agreed. Yeah, we are about to enter a bear market, right? Around here, and what happened next? Well, we rewrite it all the way, all the way back, and on top of that, we made a new all-time high, right? So me remembering how bad this space is in calling the tops and calling the bottoms, and knowing why it must be like that, knowing the basic mechanics, market mechanics. And the basic one is that this is a zero sum game. So the money you win comes from people that lose. And that is why you can make so shed loads of money here, because there's so many people that are completely clueless, and they are throwing all of their savings, at this one here. So this is literally a guarantee. Historically speaking, let's even go to 2017. 2017. Okay, you know what? Let's give it a little bit greater resolution. Okay, it's 2017. Here I also have marked at what stage, if we want to compare to present time, at what stage the space would already know that we are about to enter a bear market, right? Don't you think? Don't you think it's a little bit too precise in a zero sum game for the majority to be able to recognize? Okay, this is the top here, and now we are going lower. We are going to 60K, 50K, 30K. Some people call for. No, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. Here I mean, for those that remember, if you were in this space, for those that remember, here it was minus 44%. We had few dips that were somewhat similar size on the way up. Here on this chart, you will not see those early ones. But then after we recovered here, no one was calling for a bear market. Literally no one. No one was calling for a bear market until we fell from this level here. Here we went minus 50%, and then everyone agreed, okay, this is a bear market. And then what happened? We went sideways. And it started to rally. Nobody was expecting it. Nobody. So, so yeah, never rely on what the majority says in here, because they will make you commit the worst mistakes you will ever commit. They'll literally make you buy the top and sell the bottom. That that is how it has been since I'm here, and I've been here for 11 years. So if that does not explain you how things works, how things work, then I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're not going to make it here. I'm going to quickly clean it up because it became a little bit messy. So is this the moment for a bounce? Could be, but we just got red Thursday, so that is a little bit in the way. The statistics so far has been such that if we get the red Thursday, then the rest of the week there are problems, right? We are encountering problems, but also know that market likes to give you a pattern, repeat it many times, just so when you start to rely on it and your trust in that pattern is sky high, it breaks you. It snaps your neck, right? It breaks you in half. That's the is solely reason of market doing that, just so it buys your trust and then devours you, right? So that's why I would definitely not bet on it. But if That is not the case. If we are really about to see slightly more selling pressure, we are not going really, really much lower. Not much, because it already looks like it satisfied all of the characteristics of what we've seen previously. So this one here, I showed it to you before. You remember? I showed it yesterday. I showed it. I don't know why this one is reacting like that. I showed it the day before yesterday. So it's quite easy, right? You can spot the similarities here. I don't think that's very difficult even for someone who is really new here. So yeah, you're not that far off. And the other chart also looks like this could be it. Looks like we are already have this. I mean, the deepest, let's say, the deepest level of this dip behind. That's the vibe is giving me. And yeah, I mean, looking at the daily here, there's definitely some support. Even if you're very bearish, you cannot deny it, right? That the support is visible here. So my guess is that maybe, just maybe, Bitcoin will go sideways until more or less sideways, plus minus, let's say around 3-5%, not anymore. That's sideways on Bitcoin. If you didn't know that. And next week it will become aggressive. Become aggressively bullish. In the meantime, altcoins can already start. I mean, that's definitely something that you should totally neglect, because bitcoins are oversold. Sorry, altcoins are oversold. I said bitcoins. Altcoins are heavily oversold. This is one of the most aggressive oversold level of altcoins I've seen, if not the most aggressive. I even argue it is the most aggressive, the most heavy, the heaviest oversold level this market has ever seen, because of what happened on October 10th, because of now the secondary dip after the crash that usually happens. So in my feeling, in my understanding, the market is completely wiped out of accounts. So that means it is very well conditioned for a great rally. So, and Bitcoin dominance also starts to look like that will be it. That's a very, very early call, by the way, and I'm aware of that, because it can. I told you on my previous live stream that this one here, it looked a little bit like a bull flag. It still can convert into a bull flag, but as you see right now, we are opening. We just have opened third red candle in a row, and this is not a price chart, so it works slightly different. It's already pretty high, so above 60%, that's really high. Above 50, we are entering, let's say, thick atmosphere, and above 60, that's even heavier. So that is why whatever bearish signs here should be treated with the highest degree of seriousness. So you should give extra credibility to whatever bearish signs you see above 60% of Bitcoin dominance, above 50% of Bitcoin dominance. Because I remind you, this is a free market capitalism type environment. So maintaining high level of dominance here for prolonged time is just not what what is a natural state of this market. It's not what this market, let's say, what this environment promotes. So this is still early, but do not be surprised if it breaks down violently here at some point, like within the next few days, literally. So yeah, even though S&P so far is not looking good. I mean, as you see, the daily was very bearish today, very bearish, and SPYX. I think it keeps diving. SPYX. Okay, no, it's not, it does not. Actually, it's trying to reverse. For some time it was, but then okay, last hour and a half, it has a little bit of a reversal. So yeah, so maybe it will be a huge surprise tomorrow. Maybe it will just recover just like it recovered here. This is it again. I remind this is a tokenized version of SPY, which is a trust fund reflecting what S&P 500 does, right? So that's why this is our look into the traditional market, while that one is not trading. So this is a very useful tool. And so far, I mean, because the liquidity here is like a fraction of what it is on regulated exchanges. I mean, regulated on TradFi exchanges. But for whatever reason, it conserves that ability to reflect what's about to happen on the real SPY. So that's why I pay attention to what's going on here. So yeah, interesting, very interesting that we start to reverse now. On crypto bubbles, we can see a bunch of coins are doing very well. Phil, for example, is doing very well, and let me tell you, I have a trade on Phil. It opened today. That trade on Phil. Here it is. It's at plus 22%. Could be better, but it's not bad. Storage also opened. This one is not as impressive, plus 6%, but not bad neither. Dusk also is in trade, but Dusk has been in trade for a while now. And this one is at plus 49%. Okay. And at the peak, of course, it was higher. It was at plus 64. So I'm telling you, be ready. I think we are starting. I think this is the beginning, because nobody believes it. Right? Everyone agreed that we are starting a bear market, and that's never the case when this happens. Never. So cool. I like what I see here. Metis has opened the trade as well on my account. I mean, my system open, yeah, but this one is very young yet. Okay, you know what? I forgot to switch off. I forgot to switch off Telegram. I don't want to get private messages here. So yeah, Metis just has opened, and let's see what's going to happen with this one. I think this chart on larger time frame looks very sad, which is good. Yeah, you see. So imagine from here, this coin will go parabolic, right? Like this. And I'm already in it. And I think the odds that it will do this, literally this, or something around, something that falls close, are really high. The probabilities are really high, because this market is so oversold, is so shaken out. People that have been in this space for years are calling it a scam. To be honest, I don't remember that large number of crypto folks being this angry at what's going on. because people are mad. People are really, really mad. And it's very easy to see. Like, for example, sorry for that. For example, which one we can take? Tom Lee will be etched in crypto history books. The man, the myth, the ultimate top buyer of Ethereum. Let's see if people agree. Nah, I'm bearish as well, but after the crash, it will pump to 10k easy somewhere. Okay, this one is now is bearish later. So yeah, that's second most popular narrative that we must have one more crash, and then everything will be fine, which is also quite popular. And this is something that holds people back from entering the market because they always, they see a dip and they think, no, there must be one more. This guy will see, even if it were to happen, he would see it and still he would say, no, a next one must happen. That's the basic, that's the most common, most basic mistakes that kind of people say. Sorry, make, say. Say first say and later make. And actually, they do the opposite. Okay, whatever. No free rides for anyone now. What the hell is he talking about? Is he an Uber driver? Let me ask him. No free rides for anyone now. You work for Uber? By any chance? Taylor of Ethereum. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Cara, I've got 95% of my net worth in crypto. I'm either a genius or absolutely stupid. Me too, but I do not hold it. That's that's a big difference. I was telling you yesterday, guys, that in my case it's all actively managed. I do not hold anything. It's just in real time. It's bought and sold. I don't even know what coins I have now. I know some coins which I have, but like right now, since I started live streaming, maybe something has opened, and I will know only after I open my system when I'm done here. Thomas, who is Thomas? Built a business battling myself 7+ years. Now I help entrepreneurs release anxiety in 60 seconds. Built from peace, not pressure. So he's not a crypto guy. Or is he? The longer I'm on X, the more I realize small accounts are the most interesting ones, okay? Still in the trenches. Humble as hell, inspired, authentic, trying to make their way. If you're a small account, don't hesitate to reach out and connect. Small account here. Yeah, small yet, let's say. Why are people bears? Alexander Lorenzo. Access to my Altcoin database and research framework. Okay. Yeah, because they just lost of their money. All of their money, they lost it. James Wynn, the king of perps, always have been, always will be, uh, of losing on perps. 40x, that was 8 hours ago. Okay, so he's displaying a little bit of a profit here, and Bitcoin is reversing now. So if he does not cut the losses, oh yeah, let's say 8 hours ago, right? Where the market was eight hours ago, exactly around here probably. No, that was 8 hours. Okay, so this guy was 8 hours ago. He entered here. Are you kidding me? And almost immediately went against him. So he managed to make a screenshot, and shortly after it went against him. And now he probably must be in a loss. And look how this price action is behaving. It looks like it wants to get back up. It looks like it wants to turn around. The guy is unbelievable, literally. By the way, guys, if you want to participate in the live chat, you must subscribe to the channel. It's blocked for anybody who is not subscribed. That's a very important piece of information here. Not allow me to refresh it so I do not miss anything. Okay, here, like this. So yeah, interesting, huh? That's why you should never be copying anybody, because that's how it. And especially if they're a big account, it means they're probably setting you up. Something big is coming. That's Wei Zhao. Who is that? Some Chinese guy. My portfolio is 100% exposed to Bitcoin. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Breadman. Yeah, it's not smart. It's not smart to be all in unless it's not actively managed, like in my case. If you do investing or something, then that's very, very foolish. All of those guys that you greatly respect and you watch them on YouTube and listen to them on YouTube, for example, or on X, trust me, at the beginning, they did not invest more than 5% of their liquid net worth. And Davinci Jeremy, for example, he openly admits it how much he invested at the beginning, just 5%. Later on, he said, right, and Da Vinci he was buying it for how much Da Vinci was buying it? It was really, really cheap. Let me quickly turn on Grok and let's ask Grok about it, because now I'm curious. For how much GJ15 was buying his first. See. Let's see what Grok tells us. I think he was buying in 2013. It's like very, very early on. And then he was accumulating. Whatever dip he was buying it up. Bought his first Bitcoin in March 2011. Okay, so for about 67 cents per coin, you see, investing around $25 at the time. Okay, so that wasn't much. You see how little he invested in it. This was well before his famous 2013 YouTube video urging people to buy just $1 worth of Bitcoin when it was around 117 per coin. He later bought more at higher prices, like up to $32, but held through the volatility and became an early advocate. You see. So at the beginning, he invested $25. And you are throwing all of your money at whatever you see on the internet, at whatever they tell you to buy, and you think this is how those guys did it. No, absolutely not. That's why when I talk about high tech meme coin, I always tell you guys, just don't go crazy. Throw at it $1, $2, $3, something that you can forget about. Then it will work, because otherwise, the whenever negative volatility pops up, it will eat you alive. It must be something that you throw at the investment you think has a chance of giving you something. You think or guess or know the asymmetry of that trade is really really good. So the risk against potential reward, and then you let it sit, right? So, in my opinion, it's literally the opportunity is literally here. $1, $2, $3, you throw at it and you let it sit, right? The link in the description section of this live stream, you will find a tutorial explaining you how you can get your hands on it. It's a Solana meme coin, so you will need to, of course, have some Solana on your wallet because you will have to pay for the fees. But generally speaking, it's very very simple. But you cannot send funds from centralized exchanges because they will not respect the purchase. You have to. And by the way, no, you will not even be able to connect to Radium exchange. So that's impossible anyway. So you have to download a Phantom wallet and then transfer your funds to Phantom wallet and connect the wallet to Radium and then make the purchase. It's all explained in the tutorials. It maybe sounds like something complicated, but believe me, it's not. It's very, very simple. So yeah, I really like what I see here. I really, really like what I see. Maybe, just maybe, we will get that most positive scenario in which altcoins will completely ignore what's going on Bitcoin until the end of this week and will just follow their own path. That's very, very, very possible because I mean the amount of punishment this market has endured, my God, like just look at whatever coin, like on that field, for example, right? Like look at its chart on the weekly. Look at this. How much punishment this thing has stomached. It went like minus 99% and it just had a super powerful sell-off. Just days ago, okay, weeks ago. Historical sell-off at levels this low. So nobody will tell me this market is not grossly oversold. You know what? Let's even measure briefly how low this went. Almost minus 99.9, probably 0.9, because I've just marked it manually, so it's unprecise. Minus 99.9. This is how aggressively this coin has been reduced. So yeah, and when we consider the sentiment, how it looks like, how brand people are, absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Don't get surprised if November turns out to be an amazing month. And I know right now it's very difficult to believe it, but yeah, just don't get surprised and remember who told you. Okay, guys, allow me to wrap it up right here. Share, like, and subscribe. Get yourself a little bit of high tech, like I said. Link in the description section of this live stream to tutorial how to put your hands on it. And I see you sometime soon.